Hey, this is Seth Schachter in Los Angeles, and this is a Stratify short. Today I want to do a quick take on the Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger. There's been a ton, written about it, the deal, Netflix pulling out, but it's been a couple of days since it happened and it's been announced, and I think a lot of us in town are thinking through what it means. And this is kind of a tough one, basically, because this is a scenario where we're actually losing a studio. We're not really gaining something. And I think if Netflix would have been able to purchase it, they pulled back during all the bidding. Might have been an incremental thing and an interesting way to transform a studio like Warner Brothers for the future. But, what we're looking at now is just kind of a pretty hard merger of two different studios with a lot of duplication, a little bit of a Noah's Ark syndrome, if you will. So there's unquestionably going to be a lot of cost cutting. I think they've talked about $7 billion in cost cuts on the Paramount side coming in to buy it. So actually, if you're in the biz, it's kind of a hard thing. And I think, one big factor is that the new company is going to have almost $80 billion in debt. So it's going to be an enormous debt reduction strategy, which has to come from cost cutting. Much more than it's going to come from things like synergies or new businesses. And for those of us who lived through mergers before, and I've been through tons from AOL to things at Sony, they're not easy experiences, basically. And you have a lot of distractions as you're going through them. So I think this one's going to be tough, particularly from a debt reduction perspective. There's always a lot of talk about synergies, new businesses that get created as part of the merger. I tend to think that's BS. I think from my experience, you really can't expect that. You can expect lots of cost cuts. Maybe there will be some. I'm hopeful that some of the businesses I've seen in things like music and AI can kind of creep in and help out a little bit. But this is going to be a hard one. Also, a lot of talk about HBO being combined with Paramount Plus. You want to hope that whatever they do, they'll put the thing together and it's 200 million subscribers. So it'll be around on par with Disney's streaming service. Still not as big as Netflix. But, you hope that the creative teams who are running HBO and some of these people under them kind of stay in place and that they don't kind of change the quality of that service and, you don't lose too much in the transition. The only other thing I'm seeing on this is there's a ton of sports that's coming on as part of the merger. So I think there'll be a wildly diverse amount of sports you can get. It looks like everything except for the NBA's that's in there. Anyway, that's a quick take on this. This has been a Stratify short. Thanks for listening, and we'll have more soon.